So YouTube always tell me to give you guys a nice hook. And a hook is to keep you on the video for more than 30 seconds, and hopefully you can finish watching the video. So I'm going to give you guys a hook today. I'm going to give you guys a hell of a hook. And this hook is going to set up the tone of what I will be talking about in said video that you just clicked. And this hook is called Suki with the Good Coochie.
Every Glock I got a switch. Bitch, stop the car, I got a piss. He just ate my ass, he wanna switch.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding my channel on YouTube for the very first time and you enjoy this content, please make sure that you hit that like button so someone else can enjoy the content. And if you really enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this video started. Now, folks, I am about to be 40 years old next year. And I'm very proud of that. As a black man, coming from where I come from in Northeast Washington, D.C., I defied a lot of odds in my life, I don't have baby mothers out there. I only have one wife with my children. I never been arrested in my life. Now, I did have some handcuffs, put on me, but we ain't talking about that. I have never been arrested or taken down to Central and booked or mugshot or anything, right? I've been gainfully employed for the last 16 to 17 years. I am an active part of my children's life on a daily basis. They see me every day. I mean, every day. I went out of town for a couple of days, and that was probably the longest I've been away from my children. Now, I say all that to say that I get it. I am not an old head like a commenter told me the other day that, I'm just too old and I need to stay off the internet and stay off of social media because I'm too old to give his opinion. That's what he told me. But I'm only 39 years old and, I did grow up in the internet age, right? I started on the internet on AOL back in 99, okay? And this is when you had your buddy list, and then you had certain things, the chat room, the little IM, you send the girl the age, sex, location, The thing was, back then, it was taboo to be on the internet. Like, you tell your friend that you met a girl on the internet, they looked at you like you was crazy. So at the end of the day, you didn't tell, but you did meet chicks off the internet. Now, today, that is totally normal, right? That is totally normal. And I understand it and I get it. And I understand these women found a lane and they're taking that opportunity of showing their bodies and getting their OnlyFans and all of this stuff, right? But I look at these women and I can't help but to think about Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you guys don't know what that is, that was a city in the Bible where God basically came down and destroyed the whole city based upon all of the dysfunction and perverse things that was going on in that city, right? And even though I'm not a Christian or Muslim or whatever, right? And I do have my Buddha back there, and I do, I'm more closer to Buddhism than anything. But I do believe those stories in the Bible come from real life human experiences that real life humans wrote down in story form. And I do believe certain things happen based upon a balance. Again, Buddhism, baby. Based upon a balance. And you have the yin and you have the yang. And cause and effect happens on a daily basis throughout humanity. and throughout your life. Everything that you do is cause and effect. And as I look at these women that are just bearing it all on a daily basis, and it don't have anything to do about my age. My little sister told me I'm too old to be even talking about this, but I see it. It's something that I see, and I have 3 little girls. Well, not so much little, but I have 3 daughters. One is about to be 20 years old, one is 14 years old, and one is 9 years old. And this is the world that they're going to be entering, and I can teach them and give them all this logic and common sense and reason and long-term, thinking things through and all of this, right? I can do that. But at the end of the day, peer pressure is a mother, It is. And I hope and pray that, they can always fall back on what I tell them, you see? And not fall into something that I seen just before I got up here, which making me do this video. Her name is Sukiana the Goat. Suki with the good coochie is her handle there on Instagram. And Suki with the good coochie, aka Sukiana the Goat, has 1.9 million followers on Instagram. And if you don't believe me, you can look at that right there. 1.9 million followers. I have 1,573 followers on my Dutch Talk TV, and on my let me see. On my Dutch the Creator, I only have almost 5,000 subscribers or followers there. And even on Instagram, I'm just about to hit 3,500 or 2,500. 2,500 subscribers. And, I think, I'm pretty entertaining. I think I give a lot of good information on this show and on my Instagram. But what people gravitate towards, it seems to me, that people gravitate towards Suki with the good coochie. And she does these little antics. I came in contact with her a long time ago. You know what I mean? Not in contact with her, but first time I seen her was when she had this song called Plan B. And it was basically, taking the Plan B after a good night with a guy there. I'm making it sound a little better, but that's basically what the song was about. And I seen a video of her praying to God to have a nice night at the strip club that she worked at. And they huddled around, they hold hands, and who am I to say, don't ask God to keep you safe out there while you're riding that pole or up on that pole and doing your thing, twirling and twerking. Look, at the end of the day, I get it. Like I said, I am not 65 years old where I'm just like, you youngins need to stop doing this. I'm not saying that she needs to stop doing it. But what I am saying is it's going to come a time where this stuff has to get addressed societal wise. A president is going to come past here one day. Maybe not in my lifetime, but someone is going to put a stop to this bullshit. Someone is going to put a stop to these single mothers out here just having sex willy-nilly and, picking anybody to have sex and have a baby with. Somebody's going to come here, you see, and change all of this shit. Tupac Shakur once said, I'm not going to change the world, but I will spark the brain that will change the world. I love that quote. He also said, no, y'all think I'm something? Wait until you see this next guy. He is not going to have any type of compassion. And at the end of the day, my wife always told me that, you know, these feminists out here, these LGBT people, these single mothers, these liberals, this whole leftist situation and agenda is going to backfire on them one day. Because when you keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing people, they are going to hit back one day. That bully that's been messing with that square guy for years, one day he's going to knock him the fuck out, right? And if you think women had it bad in the 40s and the 50s, or if you think LGBTQ had it bad before the 2000s, or if you think single mothers were struggling, well, yesterday, I guarantee you, when shit hits the fan and these white boys are tired of this shit, because black men, we don't have any power, but when these white boys are tired of this shit, shit is gonna hit. I mean, look, I feel sorry for these protected groups because y'all are going too hard. Y'all being blatant with your shit and you just not giving a fuck. And you keep trying and trying and trying people to the point where you're going to have a Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is going to come in and say, fuck this. We're bringing everybody back to a prehistoric age. But who am I to say anything? I'm just a guy on YouTube that got 5,000 followers on Instagram and 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. But mark my words, one day shit is gonna hit the fan and a lot of people are gonna be mad. Now, back to y'all regular scheduled program. I will see you guys on the flip side. Always stay unplugged from false narratives. Catch you on the next video.